Public enemy number one many times is our own mouth. Now, what I'm going to talk about today, I'm just as guilty as many people. I've shot off at the mouth, got a couple of days on the porch twice in 28.8 years before I retired. You know, took my licks and kept on ticking, but our mouth can be public enemy number one at work in many different ways, and that's what I want to talk about. Number one, what I just described, maybe not being tactful with your supervisors and letting them know what you think in a non-tactful way could get you in trouble. Things that you say to your supervisors, you need to be tactful when you talk to them. Get your message across. By no means am I saying ever back down. I always think it's very important to be your own man or woman and stand up for yourself. But do it tactfully, do it professionally. Twice in 38 years government work, it happened to me where I let myself go. Younger on both occasions when I did it. Hey, I got 2 days on the porch twice. I took my licking and went home and came back. But you learn from your mistakes. You learn how to control your thoughts, because once those words come out of your mouth, they're gone forever. You can't take them back, and they're going to be remembered no matter what you do to try to make people forget about them. If you say something that you're going to regret later at work or to your coworkers, it will come back in their minds often. It doesn't go away. Now, the big thing though, the main thing, talking around inmates will really get you public enemy number one, your mouth. Really get you in trouble. How many times have you had to or had a conversation with a fellow coworker, whether it be one of your fellow officers, anybody that works in the prison, another prison staff member, civilian, and you're just blabbing away about your financial problems, your marital problems, things you want to do, where you live, everything else. Sure, inmates can find out where you live and other things if they really, really, really want to. They have ways of doing that. But why are we going to give them all this free information to work with and use against us? So always remember when you're at work to talk about business, the weather, what you need to do for your work, what supplies you need for your work. If you and a buddy are talking about football scores, that's one thing, but don't give any personal information at work. It's just not worth it to even talk about it around inmates at all. And to be honest with you, giving a lot of personal information about what's going on in your life or at your home, even with a coworker, no matter how good a friend you are and how much you trust them, it's just not good at work. Because coworkers will talk as well. Come on now. Don't look at me that way. You know darn well if you've been in corrections or in the military, we're going to talk about each other. It happens. It happens. You get with another guy or another couple of guys or a couple of girls and you're going to talk about Joe or somebody. It happens, okay? It doesn't have to be bad when you talk about them, but lots of times coworkers will go tell your stuff. They will go spread what you told them all over. You think you're telling a coworker something in complete confidence, and next thing you know, everybody knows about it. Okay? So public enemy number one with inmates can be your mouth, and public enemy number one with even coworkers can be your very own mouth. Okay? So watch yourself, be careful, think about what you say at work. Think about this. If you say something at work that you don't want other people to know, why would you even want to say it? Knowing that the possibility of inmates' ears are lurking, because inmates know when you're sleeping and they know when you're awake. Now that's just a saying. I hope you're not literally asleep, but what I mean by that is they know when you're sleeping. They know when you're letting your guard down. They know when you are talking too much. And those inmates are tuned in like radar. They have satellite ears. Their satellite kicks in, and boy, they are recording everything right in that brain of theirs. They're going to use it against you later. Try to remember these things and just be professional. You know, come to work, do your job, and go home. And leave all your personal stuff at the door when you step out in the morning and get in your car or truck to go to work. Leave it at home. When you get back in that door, now you're back to your personal life and your personal things. It really has put a lot of people in a bind, the mouth. The mouth has put a lot of officers in a bind. Speaking about the mouth, let me just throw this out here again. It's been said over and over and over, but we still see it every day. Every day. You speak on social media. You may not be verbally speaking, but you're speaking on social media. Folks, you don't need to do that. You know, we get people angry. That's my right to say what I want and do what I want, and I don't care what Facebook says. Screw them and their rules. Look, Facebook can get you hurt in your job. Your management sees some things you say on Facebook, and they can fire you. And they have fired a lot of officers over Facebook and social media things you've said on social media. Be careful. We know you have rights, but unfortunately, when you air out your business on Facebook or any social media, sometimes it comes back to bite you in the rear end, because it is your agency that you've put down. Maybe it's their reputation or something you said that's unprofessional because you wear a badge and you took an oath to swear to protect people. And you say something like, I'm going to beat his ass so bad when I get back to that prison if he does this or that. You don't say stuff like that on social media. Okay? We know you have all the rights in the world, but unfortunately, when you let that mouth go and you exercise your rights, you've exercised your rights, but you've said something you shouldn't have said. Something that may mean a threat. Something that may mean you're doing something that your oath says you should not be doing when you took that oath and put that badge on. Use your heads, folks. The world's not after you. Nobody's trying to get you. Just use your head, because when you are in law enforcement and you wear a uniform and a badge, a lot of things you just need to keep to yourself. And I know, I just said at the beginning of the video, I've messed up with my mouth, learned from my mistakes quickly, and I retired successfully. Thank God for that. And let's all learn from our mistakes, and let's all have a good career, and let's not let our mouth or our social media verbiage get us in a bind. Just a little message I was thinking about that we all need to know, myself included. Okay? Take care. Merry Christmas, folks. God bless. Stay safe and healthy. Thank you for your service. True Prison Stories, Gary York.